Welcome to the Spirits, Angels, and Guides Oh My podcast.
Where the supernatural gets real, baby. Hey, 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 boo boos. Let's just start right here. Spirit has opinions. I'm not lying. And sometimes those opinions are an affectionate side eye.
They really do, Tara. And it's never judgment, okay? It's more like a loving nudge that you'd have from that aunt, right? That says, you know better, and you're still doing it.
I don't know why that I can see like my aunt being like, "Oh my Lord." And you know what? It's like when your best friend watches you date the same personality type 5 times in a row and just slowly sips her tea. Because that's the energy, right?
Oh, yes. And that's what's fascinating. It's the people assume that spirit is always solemn and always serious and always ceremonial, but that's not my experience at all, Tara.
Not even close. Spirit is observant. If you guys know, you know. My guy Tony has no problem interjecting himself and being like, stop, immediately no, take a step backwards. Spirit is aware, you guys, and Spirit notices the nuance, like no lie. And today we're going to talk about what I jokingly call spirit gossip. And we're not talking about the messy humankind. This isn't spiritual messy TikTok. It's not the judgmental kind. It's the behind the scenes commentary guides share about us when we're not asking the questions we think we're asking.
Yes, these are the messages that come through unexpectedly, the ones that surprise people. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're corrective, sometimes they're deeply reassuring.
And sometimes spirit is like, we love you, but also just stop. Just stop it. I feel like they
Exactly.
say that a lot to me. We love you,
Um,
Tara, but could you just stop?
so if you've ever wondered what spirit notices about you or what your guides might gently tease you about, this is the episode you're going to feel very relatable.
So let's talk about this like right away.
Okay.
I Spirit gossip really isn't judgment. I want to make that clear because I have always believed that spirit is not up there going, "Oh, for the love of God, Nan, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
not judging us. It's awareness. So
Yes.
guides aren't sitting around like critiquing your life choices like a reality show panel. Okay? Because that would be a lot. They're observing our energy.
Mm.
Like all the energy. And what they notice most is where you don't give yourself enough credit,
Mm.
right? That's why I talk about higher self work all day, every day, where you already know the answer.
Mhm.
So you're looking for validation. Where you pretend you're confused to avoid action.
Ugh.
Most of the time, I'm just confused. It's not to avoid anything. I'm just confused. Um, where you've outgrown something but haven't admitted it yet because there's comfort in what you know.
Mhm.
Okay,
That's a
that's a
good one.
big one. And when you're ready, but still negotiating for the love of the great goddess with your comfort zone, what I just said, right? It's like, okay, I know I got to move. I know I've outgrown this, but this is so much easier to sit in. And spirit talks about that.
Yes. And it often comes through sideways. So someone asks, should I leave this job? And spirit answers, you've emotionally left already. So
Just like that.
just like that. So it's not the surface question, it's the energetic truth that's behind it.
Exactly. So when someone asks, like, what's my next step? I don't know why that always makes me cringe. It just does. I cannot help it. I'm always like, oh Lordy, because Spirit
Yeah.
says you already took it. You're just not acknowledging it. How? And I have to somehow get that across to someone,
Mhm.
which can cause some trepidation. But that's spirit gossip, in my personal opinion. It's commentary about your alignment, not your behavior. And it's almost always my babies, my boos, about where you're more capable than you think you are.
Mm. Yep.
Okay. So, the funny stuff Spirit points out, we could spend days doing this. We could write books on this, and maybe we ought to write a book on this because Spirit has humor. And I want to say that. I We all have personalities, and I want to touch on this. We all have personalities and we all project ourselves out the way we have to. That's our personality, that's the way it is. And the idea that spirit is holier than thou and that all spirit is the same in how they come through has to be kind of squashed like a little, I don't want to say a little buggy. We don't want to squash little buggies. It has to
No.
be squashed like a bad idea. That's the best. I
Yeah,
don't want to kill
yeah.
grass. I don't want to kill anything. Um, so spirit has humor, and I want you guys to hear me out on this. Dry humor, observational humor, sometimes very subtle sarcasm. Because remember, we're not talking about the God of your understanding. We're talking about the guides and the higher ascended beings. And some classics I hear, Nan, and tell me, girl, if you get this too, is that they already know this.
Yes.
Why are they acting surprised? We've sent this sign 4 times. I like to add, flick him in the forehead. They're braver than they think. For the love of God, are they stubborn though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Those are some of the
Absolutely.
things I'd like literally listen to them say. And I'm like, so you're going to take this step forward in this manner because they're like, oh, come on now. How many times do we have to say it? And it's done with love though, right?
Oh, 100%. Like I've had guides comment on how someone keeps asking for clarity, but they keep ignoring the clarity. Like we answered, they didn't like the answer.
Yes. And Spears like, I'm not changing the answer. Right? Like that's it. So,
Yeah.
or sometimes people say, I'm waiting for a sign, and Spirit's like, we sent the sign. You called it coincidence. Like,
Yeah.
what can I do with that? And Spirit obviously and absolutely notices that stuff. And they're not frustrated. Nan and I might be frustrated, but they're not frustrated. They're more in this amused kind of affectionate way because they will keep giving until you do what you need to do, and they will find that way.
Yeah. I mean, as people, we're always asking for a signier sign.
Right?
But
Give me a sign that I got a sign from the sign that the sign came.
but I also noticed that they'll point out patterns, Tara,
Yeah.
like someone circling the same lesson over and over, but presenting it as a brand new problem is a great example.
That is a really, really good example. And again, we've done this work for so long that sometimes we're like, we're talking about the same thing. This isn't new, baby. We're talking about the same thing. And Spirit will say, you're not stuck. You're just in decision mode. You're deciding. And that's not shade. That's empowerment
Oh, yeah.
because being stuck feels powerless. Deciding means you have control. And remember what I say, people, about the word control. Let all the floofy, fluffy people say control is a bad word. We embrace control here because that means you're doing work. And
Mm,
Spirit always sees the empowered version of you. Let's just stop here for a moment, Nan, and embody this portion. Spirit always sees the empowered version of you, even when you're
mhm.
pretending you're confused. So even when
Yeah.
I'm like floundering all over the place and they're trying to give me directions, they know that I can do this. Our
Yeah.
humanness gets in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
often have guides say to me, I wish she could see or he could see themselves the way we see them.
and there's been a lot of talk, Nan. I don't know if you noticed, there's been a lot of talk in the spiritual community about envisioning ourselves the way we, I'm not going to say need to be, but want to be. And I'm going to use want.
Okay.
Um, like envision yourself, people talk about manifestation. I'm so sick about talking about manifestation, truthfully, because I feel like we could tell people how to manifest from here to tomorrow and they still get confused with winning the lottery and not winning the lottery. But my point being here is that how we see ourselves matter.
Hmm.
Right? How we see ourselves. That doesn't mean that we can, or we should see ourselves in a perfect form because we will never be perfect. We should acknowledge all the parts of us, right?
Yes.
That's why working with your higher self is so abundantly powerful because once you get to be able to go with the flow, you can recognize where a flaw has come up or you're falling into that old patterns and bad habits again, and then you can move forward.
Yeah.
So if spirit can see us in the best version of ourselves, why can't we?
That's in my opinion, the soul having the human experience, the human part is so full of emotions and processing and 1,000, 10,000. How many thoughts go through your head in a day? A billion?
Oh, are you
Like,
talking to me? Like we don't even know. There ain't no keeping count of that. So now let's talk about the corrective whispers.
yeah.
Okay? Let's talk because this is where spirit gets real, but in a good way. Spirit, again, is not up there with a whip cracking it at us and being like, do this, do that. Corrective messages will sound like, at least to me, they do slow the fluff down.
Mm,
Girl or boy, slow the fluff down. You don't need to prove anything.
hmm
Period. Hard stop, right? Stop outsourcing your knowing,
that is, say that one again for the
right?
people at the back.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Stop outsourcing your knowing. The thing is that, and we, again, conversations that are being had right now in different circles, even online when I'm doing some lives, was like, I said it last night in the live. I was like, the people that come and to a psychic fair and there's 12 readers and they book with 12 readers.
Hmm.
Because they're looking for a certain something something. You already know 9 times out of 10. And Nan, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm not even speaking English, are most readings not really confirmations and affirmations?
Really, they are. And I'll find too, if I'm doing a fair and people will come to me after they've been with another person, they'll be like, "Oh, I just heard that message," or "You're confirming exactly what so and so said." And it's like, yeah, because Spirit's still telling you the same thing. I'm just a different telephone than,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's the same message. Oh, I get the same message every time. When you say that, and I'm not talking you, Nan, I'm talking like
yeah,
the audience, the listeners. When you say that, I want you to pause and be like, huh,
yeah,
that's true. I have heard that. So what does that mean when you hear it over and over? That means that nothing's changed
yeah.
in that certain outcome. So the other thing is like when spirit says to you, if you rest, it's going to be okay. It's not that you're avoiding what needs to be done. So if you need to rest, rest. You're
Hmm.
pushing, you're pushing when you could be receiving.
Hmm.
That forceful, that need for us to be more, do more, that's a thing that can be taken way out of context.
Oh yeah,
Because we truthfully don't need to be more. We are enough.
yeah.
We can want more and we can set those goals and work towards something. That's purpose, that's passion, that's empowerment. But we are enough where we are, no matter where we are. And that's a topic for another conversation down the road. So spirit corrects energy, not behavior, right?
Hmm.
They're not micromanaging our lives because, oh my God, I would need like 9 million people, spirit, to be, doing the work with me. They recalibrate our rhythms.
Yeah.
And I think
And
that we don't put enough energy into that thought process.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. And usually this comes through when someone is overextending themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they're trying to earn a worthiness or prove a readiness.
Oh my God, that is so, so true. And especially people in mentorships or in classes that are learning, they get all caught up in what level everyone else is at.
Hmm.
Instead of just enjoying the process of seeing how other people do the work, how
Yeah.
they're all learning. And Spirit will absolutely call you out when you're mistaking urgency for intuition. That is a thing. Like, oh, Spirit's telling me I have to do this now in this way, and that's hard for me to actually be able to tolerate. And I have to be very careful because if my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. So I have to be careful. And it's like, oh, you have no idea, people. Um, urgency feels tight, whereas intuition should feel clear.
Hmm.
So if you are trying to pass off your anxiety and your urgency in doing something as, your own intuition being like, this is the right way to do it, take a moment, take a chill pill, babies, sit back and be like, okay, how am I actually feeling with this? We don't do that enough. We react immediately. We don't pause and listen. So urgency to me is like, oh, this is now or never. And I've lived in that moment
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I have a type of OCD where I come up with an idea and a thought pattern as a Manny Jenny, which you understand. Um, I come up with it, but it needs to be done yesterday now.
Right.
And
I'm the same.
that's a very hard place to be in 24/7. So I've had to work really hard on that at my own soul level to be able to maneuver out of that. And sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes I'm still like, no, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go right now, gotta do this in this moment. So urgency, is now or never kind of feelings, which is always panic stricken in my personal view, Nan. But intuition is like, okay, this is cool. This is I'm feeling this vibe. This has a good feel for me. It's aligned. I feel empowered by it because the guides will whisper, "You're moving fast because you're uncomfortable, not because you're being called." And
Mm.
for me, that lands.
Hmm.
Bumper sticker.
Yeah.
So again, you know what?
We need a bumper sticker company.
And for some reason, I have put Harbinder in charge of that. In my mind, I'm like, where's Harbinder? We need a bumper sticker. I have no idea where that came from. Poor Harbinder. I mean, he's like 300 bumper stickers behind at this point. But let's talk a second, you guys, about the loving stuff you don't believe yet, because I feel like this is the part that's going to make you pause for a moment and really allow yourself to feel the love from spirit, because spirit loves us. Like, remember that the highest vibration in my personal view, is not love. It's authenticity.
Mm.
Okay. Now, everyone fights me on that. But if you're not authentic, nothing else matters. You can love until you're blue in the face, but it's not authentic love. So then the next one down for me is love. Love. If you're authentic and you're love. So if the highest vibration is love, we need to embody that from our authentic space. So this is the part that will always undo people. Spirit praises you. Are you ready for this? Behind your mother fluffing back. They are talking, not smack about you. They're talking the good stuff. They're like, okay, Nan is doing way better than she thinks she is. Tara's healing old timelines quietly, and that's the way she needs to do it. This is how it works. They're not broken. They don't need to be fixed. They're just integrating. Good. Ah. And look at these two. They've grown so much this year. Right? These are
Yeah.
the beautiful things that spirit actually sees and comments on. Your
Yeah.
guides will, and if you're lucky, your guides will actually say this to you. If you are fully capable of leaning in to your spirit team, they'll say this to you. And we don't ever ask for those messages. We're not ever sitting in meditation and being like, "Hey, Tony, how did I do today? How am I doing?
Right. Yeah.
What you seeing for me?" We don't do that.
But they usually do come through when someone is doubting themselves the most.
Absolutely. And sometimes spirit will say things like, if they could see themselves the way we do, they would stop apologizing for freaking existing.
Yeah.
Okay, that one always hits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm this way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
as Canadians, we apologize for everything under the
We
sun.
do.
We
We
don't
do.
even know what we're apologizing for. It just comes out of the mouth. Um, or, they think they're behind, but they're actually kind of early. Oh my gosh. If so many people realize that,
Yeah.
like, how beautiful is that particular one? Because spirit sees our growth before we do.
Hmm.
And that's real. And they're not measuring us against anyone. Spirit's not pitting us against each other, right? There's no competition here unless you in your humanist form want it. They're measuring us against who we used to be. Because remember, the whole purpose of being here is to ascend, not to become Mother Teresa or sainthood or anything. It's to grow.
Hmm.
And that's the gossip babies. And it's incredibly kind. It's incredibly loving. And it's incredibly empowering.
Hmm.
I love that for us.
I love that too.
And I'm feeling all the feels right now. So spirit can also be very direct,
Yeah.
not mean, not harsh, just efficient. And I think, again, when we come to this and we're talking about this stuff, people get that chalked up differently. And a reader needs to check themselves. when they are giving information. It is fine to be a bold and powerful practitioner, but how you say things will affect how it's received.
Yes.
So if spirit's saying to you they're overthinking, they're avoiding a conversation, they've already decided and they just want permission, they're afraid of their own capacity. If the spirit's saying any of that, how you're gonna give that out to the person matters, babies.
Yes. Yeah. And it's important to say that the bluntness never feels like attacking from the guides. It feels like clarifying. So we need to deliver that as readers in the most gentle way possible, in my
Ab-
opinion.
that's it right there. Nan has done it again, friends. She has come to the point beautifully. You absolutely have to, if someone's preaching to you in a message, if someone's talking down to you, if someone's stating things like you've made some big, massive mistake and you're feeling uncomfortable, ask for your money back and walk, period.
Hmm.
They may be right in everything they're saying, but if they're making you feel scared, uncomfortable, anxious, angry, any of those feelings, it's not going to land with you.
Hmm.
It's not going to, you're going to become defensive 9 times out of 10. Right? So spirit isn't rushing all of this for each of us, each individual. Our spirit team isn't trying to push you in directions. They might be kind of guiding you, but they're not going to coddle you either, I guess.
Hmm.
So there's this loving firmness that they're trying to do so that we actually do something because we are stagnant beings half the time. So they're trying to kind of find a way to connect with us that feels powerful and purposeful for us,
Hmm.
and not just like, well, this is a maybe down the road someday, because they already know. They already know that you're going to do it when you're ready. They want to give you the tools to be ready a little sooner than later. So, spirits like, we trust you more than you trust yourself. So, listen to us. And that's why the message comes through clean, because your soul is ready, even if your personality is dragging its feet. It's all
Hmm.
about balance, baby. It's all about balance. And again, who's delivering the messages? Is it you in meditation? Is it you going to, a reader that you have trusted forever and ever and ever? That will land.
Hmm.
If you trust your meditation skills and your ability to connect to your spirit team, that will land. If you've got someone yelling in your face or being distant in the reading, being like, "Oh God, you already know this." Do you know how many times, Nan, something has come to me, a client, not something, a client has come to me, and it's a repetitive message. It's an over and over thing that I have said, "You've got this. The message hasn't changed. I'm giving you your money back. Come
Yeah.
back to me when there's been actual change."
I've done the same.
Right? That's integrity in a reading. I don't need your money that bad. I'm not going to tell you the same thing over and over. I will do that for free in a
Yeah.
2 minute sentence.
Yeah.
Right? I will
Yeah.
do that. So, our guides that choose to work with us, because in my view, and I'd love to hear if you agree with this, Nan, my view is that our guides choose us. We don't choose our guides. Our guides choose us to work with whenever we become a little delight in someone's eye, right? Our guides choose us. Agree, disagree, thought process?
I absolutely agree. And a lot of my guides, I've actually had the conversation with them why they chose me.
Oh, that's cool. I've never ever done that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something to do.
Yeah. I mean, we should do a whole episode on this actually.
Can you
Um,
make a note? Because I will never remember.
yes, I will do that right now.
I think that's a really great thing. Why are you choosing to work with me?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have to lead on that episode because I haven't done it yet.
Okay. I'm writing it down right now. Guys, anyone who's listening, it's going to be a future episode.
So here's something we don't talk about enough, though, Nan. Guides admire us.
Yeah.
They actually do. They admire our resilience, even when we don't feel we're being resilient, even when we don't show resilience. They
Yeah.
admire how we keep choosing growth, even when it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
even when we don't realize we're choosing that growth. It's a slow snail's pace where I'm like, not taking your money, come back in a year, right? They
Yeah.
admire that we're still trying.
Absolutely. They notice the effort. So even if it's an invisible effort, they're noticing it. They're supporting us. And they really are our biggest champions and cheerleaders. So especially with the invisible effort, if we and when we
Hmm.
feel we're not making an effort.
Absolutely. Bang on, girlfriend.
Hmm.
I like working with you. Woot woot. Okay. They notice when we choose not to react, when we choose to pause, when we choose to be kinder than maybe we were 5 years ago. Like that's growth, right? This stuff doesn't go unseen when we grow and we advance. So if we're talking about spirit gossip, here we go again. They're stronger than they realize. They've survived what they thought would break them, right? They're softer and wiser now. These are the things that comes up, and those are powerful, and they are words and feelings and emotions that spirit can send to us in subtle ways that we don't always pick up. They're coming from spirit. It's just a knowing. It's just that suddenly I feel like, you know what? I've done the work.
Hmm.
Fluff you, everyone. I've done the work. I'm okay where I am, right? Or, oh my God, take a look about where I am now from where I was a while ago.
Yeah.
Hey, yay me,
Yeah.
right? And those are the things that when you truly learn how to work with spirit and your higher self, because your higher self can do a lot of this with you as well,
Yes.
right? Because your higher self is spirit.
Hmm.
So let's do a little mini exercise. I love the fact that Nan and I have gotten so like punch crazy with these little exercises that we do in these things now. And I got hella silly with bonus stuff into the spirit lounge with our podcast. I'm like, oh, let's do a bonus thing. Our poor team was like, oh, can she calm down? Nancy, talk some sense into her. But we've got some cool stuff in there too. If you're not in the spirit lounge, you need to absolutely go check out the spirit lounge for real.
Absolutely.
Um, so I want you to just close your eyes for a second. We're just going to do like a little mini spirits side comment, let's call it. I don't know. Um, I want you to take your breath. Take a breath in, and I want you to imagine your guide standing slightly off to the side. Not in front of you, okay? Not behind you. They're not leading, they're observing, okay? And I want you to ask silently, what's one thing you notice about me right now that I don't? What's one thing you notice about me right now that I don't? And I don't want you to analyze this. Don't search, babies. Okay? Notice the first word that came to you, the image, whatever feeling floats in. Don't overthink this. Let it be simple. Let it be kind. Let it be maybe corrective. And that's it. That's it. That's the side comment, Nan.
And if it feels light or clear or unexpectedly loving, trust that. Spirit doesn't complicate it. We do.
Oh, oh Lord. Hella do we complicate things. We do. That's a simple thing. And you know what? I invite everyone to do this once a week. Once a week. Put it in your phone. I always say calendar, and everyone's put it in your phone. Do you not have a calendar in your phone? Put it in your calendar in your phone. What's one thing, spirit? You're asking spirit, baby. You're asking your team that you notice right now that I don't, and let it land and use it for your highest and best, whether that's just a joyful moment or a corrective moment. Use it. Damn it, use it, Nan. Okay, so the next time you're asking spirit for guidance, remember this, my babies. They're not just answering your question, they're noticing you. Okay? They are absolutely noticing you. They're noticing your growth, your patterns, your brilliance, babies, because we are all brilliant in whatever capacity we're at this moment. They're going to notice your hesitation, your readiness.
And none of that is coming from judgment. It's coming from awareness and love.
I've got so much spirit around me right now. My nose is itchy. I love it though. And
Hmm.
maybe the real takeaway today is something more like this. You're more seen than you think. Girl, more seen than you think, and probably a little more ready than you're admitting.
Hmm.
And we see you. and we love you.
We do. And your guides definitely do.
And on that note, I invite you to go to our IG, put a little note in there, give us a little bit of love. We can always use love. Something you like about Nana. Put something in that we need to be correct about ourselves. We're okay. We're open to it all. Make sure you subscribe to us on Spotify, iTunes. No, what are we on?
Yeah, we're
Spotify?
on everything. We're on
We're on
Spotify,
everything.
we're
Go
on
find
iTunes.
us.
Yeah.
YouTube, go to our platforms, Nancy Christine Brady, Spirit Essence by Tara Diana. We want to communicate. Check out the Spirit Lounge on the website. It is a very, very informative place full of fun and learning, and we want you to be there with Nan and I. So on that note, Nan, I bid you farewell. You are gorgeous, you are powerful, and you are purposeful.
And so are you, my dear Tara. And until next time, listeners, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the wonderfully weird and metaphysical.
If you loved what you heard, don't forget to follow us for more insights and behind the scenes fun.